ready? I'm gonna count us in.
Okay.
Okay. What's going on, y'all? It's your boy, King June from the King June Podcast, and I have a special guest that's here today. Queen.
Hey.
How you doing?
I'm awesome, and yourself?
I'm doing all right. How was your day?
Whew. Proper preparation. That's all I could say.
I understand. She's here today to discuss, her book and other endeavors that she have going on.
Oh, my goodness. So I have one of my newest babies, Locks Linked to Spirituality.
Okay.
And you could hold on to it. So basically, I realized that it could get deep. So let's see where I'll start. I was frustrated with what I see in the industry now, where they're worrying about parts and styles and all that. And really, they're not really understanding how deep this gets, right?
Okay.
And it really is linked to your spirituality. It has, for many cultures, been linked to spirituality. And just wanting people to get back to that, because honestly, your answers are in you for anything that is creating a misery for you. And I noticed that a lot of people with locks tap in the way they're supposed to, but they're not getting that proper education because most of the stylists are not educated in that. It's just more like, let me do it, here's the fee, and go.
Right.
But there's a level of detachment that happens. There's a level of healing that happens. And just being able to tell that person that you're actually on the right path helps a lot, honestly. So right. The book, it incorporates the history of locks. It also teaches you how to do locks. And it also goes into the spirituality behind it.
Okay. So with that being said, I know I've heard that, locks are like antennas. Is that true?
Yeah, spiritual antennas. You get downloads from the sun, the Most High. What I like to compare it to what happens when you smoke weed, how they say that, it opens your third eye. Well, that happens naturally. The longer your locks get, the more awakened you become.
Okay. So do you have to lock your hair in order to get these type of, signals? Like, is there a difference? Say, for instance, I just want to grow my hair. Just grow it straight out. Is there is there a difference, or is it all kind of the same?
I'm just going to give you my intuitive answer, right? I have grown my hair out before locks and never have tapped into this level.
Okay.
And I would say that I will have a firm stand on yes, because as soon as I got locks, that's when stuff changed, honestly, right?
Okay.
And then if you really look into it, before combs, before hairdressers, like this literally was the first hairstyle. And if it made it into the Bible with Samson, right? That's why I don't cut hair. I'm not Delilah. And if it made it to the Bible, then clearly there's something behind that, honestly. If we're going to have faith and believe everything else that's in the Bible, how do we get to overlook that part? Okay. Even if you want to take it to Egyptian artifacts, like literally they had locks. And that's just what it is, honestly.
I'm glad you said that, because it's like if you look at a lot of modern interpretations of artifacts, they don't include that. They don't give us that true or the real, illustrations of how the original man, once
right.
looked.
Well, now we're in a time where it's no longer just encyclopedia as a reference, right? We have different platforms and YouTube. I love YouTube.
Me too.
But we can literally find out anything now from beginning, and even down to words. Like now I just go to the etymology dictionary, because that gives you the origination of words. And what we know in a traditional dictionary, what nice is And you look in the etymology dictionary, it literally is opposite to what we know. So we just need to be in a stage of unlearning and relearning, right? The proper thing. Because at this point, we can't no longer say we didn't know, right? But we also knew that knowledge is power, right? You heard that saying before. So it's a real thing behind that, because once you know better, you do better. And then you serve your purpose of each one, reach one, teach one.
Okay. Is there like any type of like, I know you said that, you know, locks were mainly the first type of hairstyle. How does this coincide or any like differentiate with like cornrows?
It doesn't, because just by handling the hair after someone had cornrows, you can feel the stress behind it. You can feel the damage, the pop-ins, and all that stuff. And literally, if you come in my chair with corn, we're locking you up. It's just. You know what I'm saying? Right, evidence is evidence, right? And, you know, that relationship between a stylist and a person, it's an intimate relationship, and people don't value, right? Because if you take it back to village times, that was like a sister-to-sister relationship or a sister-to-brother relationship. You're activating the crown chakra, right? It's an exchange of energy. So if you're frustrated and you're doing somebody's hair, you can feel all that tugging in their hair. They might be stressed about bills or whatever, an ex or boyfriend or whatever is going on with that person. But that frustration now transfers on your head, and now you're frustrated and you came to be at peace. Right? So that's why in my salon, we make sure we have like smell goods so that you leave that outside. I understand it's a spiritual warfare outside, but when you come in here, you relax, you get pampered, we talk. I'm also a spiritual mentor coach. So while I'm doing your hair in that hour, we working on you.
Okay. So like, describe the atmosphere. Like if I were to walk into your salon, like, it seemed like, just how you put it seemed like it's calm.
It is.
I can see like incense and stuff.
It's filled air. I don't know what you call those things that you put the smell goods in and it blows it. The humidifiers. I have it all throughout. Okay. I have leaves hanging from the ceiling. It's calm. It's not quiet because the TV is on clearly, but it's not like chaotic.
Right.
And I've noticed when people come, they kind of just stop at the front. But we always welcome you in. My waiting area is in the middle of the salon, not in the front, because it's a family.
Okay.
So I want you to feel like you're a part, right? And I have a board where if it's like an awkward silence, we can talk about the topic and just bring everybody just collectively together. And just, because the answer sometimes that you need is with somebody who was there, right? So I get a lot like, oh, it's funny we're talking about this. I was just thinking about that. Yeah, that's law of attraction. That's manifestation.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Okay. If you followed your instincts to come to the salon, so it's for a reason. But when we get there, sometimes people get in the cell phone and you completely missed it. So I pull it out.
Okay.
We start in the wash area while I'm massaging. You know, it's a special kind of way that I wash your hair. Relax you, get all that tension out, massage you during the condition. We're getting to know one another. Then that wall is down. And then we just start having conversation and whatever. Sometimes it's a conversation for me. Sometimes it's a conversation for them. Sometimes it's a conversation for the person next.
Okay. Question, where are you from?
Me?
Yeah.
New York, but my family's from Jamaica.
Really? Mm-hmm. I can kind of hear like a
mixture of everything.
A little accent. Mm-hmm. And then I can tell like the, just like when you said, you know, when you describe your salon, it kind of gives me like a West Indian or Caribbean type
nature.
Of, you know what I'm saying?
I
vibration.
Love nature. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, I'm intrigued. I actually want to come there.
Come on, it's open. I also have the Lock Museum next door, where it's like life coaching lessons from this time you start, and then working on you. and then the history of locks in the bottom. Because I honestly believe that if you choose the certain kind of locks that you want, and not by somebody else picking it for you, then you can attach to the tribe that you belong to.
Oh, so there's different type of locks.
Mm-hmm. You have, you have free-formers, you have sister locks, you have medium size. This is like a semi-free form that I have. So there's different versions, but there's a tribe that their locks naturally are these thin ones, just like sister locks. So I would tell a person, look into this tribe because you did your hair like this and so did theirs. So you have,
See, I didn't know that. I didn't know that, different tribes had different styles of locks. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So, like, where does the wick, I think that's what it's called, wick lock?
Okay, so when you get locks, right, it's a vow that you take to no longer conform to society's ways, to attach to your spirituality, to learn about your creator, right? So no judgment, because nothing that I say come with ill intent. However, wigs is not a natural thing, right? So you are now in alignment with society, fad. If you want to freeform, then that's what you're supposed to do. It's just freeform. You wash it, let it do what it do.
Right.
That's it. Wigs to me is a fad.
Understand. So, say for instance, like you have, other ethnicities trying to get locks. Is it a welcoming thing, or is just subject to a certain type of people, like black people?
At the end of the day, God made all people, right? And we all have hair. It's just some lock up faster because of the coil pattern. Some take longer because they have to go against gravity. But if you look in here, I believe there's some pictures, right? Spirituality is spirituality. It has no race. And if you're doing it the right way, you see this is the one like the sister locks.
Okay.
Right? This is how long it can get, you see, if you leave it in its natural form. And then, see him? He can get locks too, right? And he's from India. This is freeform. That's a Rastafarian. But again, the commonality between all of that is linking to your spirituality. So if it's in you to do it, then do it. It's going to happen. You just got to wait your time. But it teaches you patience. It teaches you commitment. And those are all good attributes that you can apply to your life anyway.
Okay. The reason I ask is because I've heard, like, just side talks with, a couple people when they see, like, a Caucasian person, a white person, with dreads, and they
locks. There's nothing
locks. I'm
dreadful about
sorry.
your hair.
Locks. I'm sorry. It's like it's a side eye, so that's why I asked. I'm like, okay, is this something that's welcome to all walks of life, or if someone of a other ethnic group, should they do their research, or when you say certain styles of locks, I'm sorry, comes from different tribes, should they connect to that tribe, or do their research?
If instinctively, right? Instincts is that quiet whisper from God that's directing you through your path and directing you to your journey. If instinctively that person, no matter what race they are, is telling them to lock up, is nobody's judgment to say yay or nay, because that's that quiet whisper from God telling them to lock their hair, because they know what's going to activate, right? That awakening, that facing everything. It's almost like you're the chosen one, right? Okay. So most people are like, I don't want locks. Okay, you're not ready, right? You're in seed mode. Yeah. But the person who was fighting it for years finally decided to do it, right? For whatever reason was stopping them, but they finally decided to do it. They are now ready to make that commitment. Okay. They are now ready to go on that journey. That's not anybody's place to say that they are not ready to go through that process.
I agree. It's just an eye opener. I've heard that, among some peers, and I'm like, it's like, what is the big deal? You know?
I would then tell the person who said it that they need to reflect on self. Every
Right.
finger pointed is 3 back, and your perceptions are based off of your damage internally. So you might want to heal that and understand why are you so judgmental to even want to stop somebody's journey from being a better them.
Right. Okay, so I know when I accidentally said the D word.
You're forgiven.
Okay, so like, why is that word like kind of frowned upon? Because I know a lot of people, especially like American people, were conditioned to say the D word. You know, when
I mean,
when,
in history, a lot of words we were conditioned to use, right? Like the N word, but I mean, words are very powerful. And if you think about I have trained my words and my hearing, so I'm just at a different placement right at this moment. But there's certain words that'll keep you stagnant, like try, maybe, all that stuff, right?
Right.
Is either right or no. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So dreadful has such a downing vibration to it, right? So you just don't want to use. There's nothing dreadful about your locks. Think about the word dreadful.
that makes sense. Makes a lot of sense. Okay, so while we're on the spirituality tip, right? Do you think that music influence a person's like vibrations, or can
Yes.
it be? Okay, I can, you know, kind of separate the two. Do you think music, what they consume, like in movies, music videos, social media, whatever, can that control one's emotion or spiritual
Yes.
path?
Yes, because music, lyrics, sound, words, they all command attention because there's no way to block your ears, right? And I believe that that's the natural time machine, right? Because it's like you hear a song from a good emotion, it makes you relive it, right?
Right.
So honestly, and you have so few leaders and so many followers. So it's like if you speak something and your followers automatically kind of follow that, then you have a heavy responsibility to put out something that's proper.
Okay.
Which is why I support conscious music. That they put the music, they talk about certain things, and they help on a wider scale awakening those seeds that's out there that's in limbo.
Right. Because I know, as far as like, me being an artist, I was once upon a time ago trying to pursue a music career. Now I just do it more so for recreation. As I've gotten older, I'm 35 now. I'm very conscious about what I consume and what I produce as well. So like the music that I put out, it has to have a message that can either enlighten, motivate, or just raise some type of awareness. I know I sent you a record.
I loved it,
and
I was like, "How you only gonna send me 2?"
Yes, I'm talking about a lot of me. I'm in a place where I'm very conscious about what Black people went through, and I feel like a lot of our history has been erased, and the narrative has been changed. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's gotten to the point to where they changed the narratives of how, either Black people got here, how we came about, or whatever. And like for my movie Sister Soldier and my music, I try to, let's take the word try out, I'm sorry. My mission is to, revisit these time periods and like not be unapologetic. Let's not be biased. Let's not be PC. Let's not say anything that's politically correct. Let's say what it is, and let's be aware and stop being, just be like walking in a blind state right now and just conforming to, stereotypes as small as like, calling, locks the D word. And, they're not supposed to be called that, but that's what they told us to call it at. And I remember back in the day, you couldn't get a job if you had them. It was frowned
There's
upon.
laws still right now to this day. But I say if they got laws against locks, which naturally grows out our head, then you got to really think about why that is. That's a powerful thing, honestly.
Right,
so.
right. So, like I said, I tried. Not try. The mission is to, on my behalf, is to present what the narrative really is. Call things out for what they are, rather if it's dealing with issues that we have internally with with each other, or if somebody else is causing issues for us. So, just to add to what you said about the music. Far as,
So to piggyback on what you said, I see a lot of leaders do that, right? And thank you for the awareness of that. However, it kind of frustrates me because it's like, how long are we going to still discuss this? Right?
Exactly. Right.
We're at a place now that we have so much information that we literally and we are good at self-teaching. Right. Trust and believe.
Right.
Okay? We're talented in 5 different ways, each person, right? So you can do this, but you can do that too. You can do that too. That's why they want to give pills to the kiddies, right? Because they can't sit still. It's not because they don't have attention. They're just so talented. They don't have the proper outlet for each talent, right?
Right.
So with that being said, come up with a solution, because our people don't listen. We watch. And we watch and we duplicate, okay? So if we watch and we duplicate, then you lead by action, and they will follow and get it, right? But no longer must you go the same route if you know it has a dead end. Create a new lane, and which is what I'm not in the music industry, but I was introduced to it the past 2 years, right? And then I realized how much it was around me. Growing up, I didn't pay attention to that. Because like my aunt who wrote this book, right? I got the idea to do this one from her, right? But her kids play with Bob Marley kids, right? But my dad used to tell me all the time he used to play soccer with Bob Marley. I thought he was playing, right?
Right.
But when she said that, I was like, oh my God, it's right. So I'm learning more about the music industry, and I realized I ask every artist, and I'm like, okay, I noticed that everybody I want to make it is different levels to it, right? So what is your level of it? But you're the artist. How come if you paint, it costs thousands of dollars to sell it, but you paying out? It
don't make sense.
It don't add up to me. You're the artist. So are you the knockoff or are you the artist? And if you're the artist and you're talented in so many ways, I'm not understanding how gospel created its own lane, but conscious can't. So I'm putting together something so that you guys can make another lane.
Y'all heard that. We made some valid points. The energy in this room is unmatched. It feels very pure, very, 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 very informative. And I hope y'all feeling that too.
Thank you.
All of y'all out there. Yeah, and I'm so eager right now to support this book. Make sure, I can't stress the issue, support this book.
It's on Amazon. It is literally $8.99. I made it that cheap so that everybody can get the information. And, I'll even tell you how you can make commission off of it, too. So just hit me up on the DM.
Yeah, and I'm going to actually put the cover on the screen so you all can see a clear picture of it. And we'll put a link to where you can purchase your copy, because I'm going to purchase my copy today. So make sure when this airs, y'all purchase y'all copies, too. And make sure y'all stop past her salon if you have locks. And if you just want to be around just a purified environment, you're just trying to get some positive energy flowing, this is the person to me, because I'm going. I'm in need, because this industry, I'm pretty much is stepping into it, and just being a director, I've been through a whole lot.
I could only imagine. I know.
And this is like my my first feature film, Sister Soldier. Make sure y'all go check it out. March. And I've dealt with so much stuff, and it kind of drained me because the underlying tone of the movie is what I'm dealing with. Like, you know, it's a positive message, you know, but why am I having certain characters giving me problems? Like, this is the message of the movie, and you're doing what I'm saying. And it's like, so that lets me know, like, you're not here for the movie. You're just here because you want that accolade, you know what I'm saying, that credit. But
that's just people, you know. Unfortunately, you have some who have just been conditioned by their choices and by their lessons, right? And if people just realize that in life, honestly, there is no maybe, there is no gray area. It's just literally faith or fear, right or wrong, God or Satan. And if you pick a side, you'll see that everything that happened to you is either a lesson or a blessing. And you're not supposed to fall victim to it.
Right.
You're supposed to evaluate, okay, why did this hurt? Because we learn through pain. So if it hurted, then there was a lesson behind that. Right. Understand what you were supposed to understand, and then no longer, because you'll know, because the way that you see the world after that no longer looks the same, right? Like how you used to look at the world at 5 to now. You've had a lot of lessons that woke you up, that increases your frequency. The people that were in your life at that lower frequency no longer is attached, right? Because they were in your life for you to wake up. Right. So you just learn to appreciate those players. Everybody who you come across are just players in your path towards your purpose. But a lot of people fall victim to their lessons, and then they become the problem.
Right.
So just pray for discernment, pray for clarity, or your manifestation is just super strong in creating that movie, you know? So it just, you know, it's in you.
Okay. Mm-hmm. This is the famous question I ask all of my guests.
Uh-oh.
You ready?
I'm ready.
When it's all said and done, how do you want to be remembered?
How will I be remembered? I will be remembered as the person who did my part, who followed my purpose in life, who reached each link that I was supposed to reach, who directed each person towards God, and to help them see that building that relationship is super important, and just doing my part. And, you know, that's what legacies are built off of. And honestly, we'll never know how many people are part of that legacy. So you just do what you do, period.
If the viewers out here want to get in contact with you, they want to, you know, ask you any questions, purchase your book, just have any general information, or not information, but questions about Locs, how could the viewers get in contact with you?
So you can email is njshaircare@gmail.com. If it's anything related to like the 60/40 wheel that I have, that's dynastyhealing1111@gmail, or in the simplest form, if you want to reach me on Instagram, it's either Dynasty Healing or NJS Hair Care.
Y'all got that? I'm going to post all that information on the screen just in case, you know, you didn't catch all of it. I would like to thank you for coming in, giving me insight, and kind of, you know, not really kind of, but actually motivating me to pursuing my journey in, you know, with getting Locs.
Yay.
And guess where I'll be going?
Thank you for having me.
No problem. You're more than welcome to come back if you have any more projects.
I do. I have like 3 more books behind this one.
You hear that?
And a game.
She's going to be here 4 more times, 3 more books and a game she's going to bring. If she got them already, she can come at one time and bring it. And then she give us demonstrations or anything that, you know, we might can just pop up to your...
To my spot?
Yeah.
Ooh, okay.
However
so you can see
it.
See the environment and everything.
Yeah.
That would be nice.
Okay. So, this concludes episode 6 of season 2 King June podcast, and we're signing out. Once again, thank you for coming through, and make sure you all get your copy of this book. right now. I'm getting mine. Okay. All love. Peace.